Hello everyone, as you can see on the title, today we're gonna talk about 3 macros I use daily. I hope this video will help people who are new to the macro system or just have no idea on what macros can be used for. In your macros, you can always give it a specific icon by writing /micon. But there's a really long list of what icons you can use, and without getting help, it's quite difficult to know what you can use as an icon for your macro. There'll be a link in the description to a source which has listed a lot of icons that can be used, plus the name you need to write in order to use the icon. Anyways, without further ado, let me show you my 3 macros I use daily. Number 1. Mount and sprint. Funny that this is number 1, because it is the first macro I actually learned. So I found this macro through Reddit because I wanted to use sprint and mount at the same button, and that's when I discovered this macro and macros in general. There's a slight problem though. If you're in an area where your mount is available, you need to jump in order to use sprint. Sometimes I run into this issue during dungeons and raids, but it's not a big deal to me because I just use it at the beginning of me running if I need to. You can also add one extra feature on this macro, which is automatically syncing yourself down for a fade. But I don't bother with it because I don't mind pressing the sync button, and it's not very often that I do fades anyways. But if you're someone who is farming fades, it could be really useful. Number 2. Minimap. I'm that type of gamer who is not very fond of minimaps, as I dislike that I can see what I'm exploring. Even with the mapping the realm mechanic, I still generally dislike the minimap, as I think it ruins my immersion when I want to explore an area, and it usually leads me to ending up knowing the map just by heart. But sometimes I find myself in situations where the minimap is needed. For example, if I want to catch a certain fish that only shows up under a specific weather condition, I need to know what kind of weather is in my area currently. And I know there's an NPC that tells you this, and even the next weather. But it's not always that I'm in a position where it's worth going back and forth just to get this information. And also another thing, I use the minimap for raiding as well. If I struggle figuring out where to go, for example, when we have to go to True North and I've forgotten where it is, I can quickly turn on my minimap, move into position and then remove as I have refresh my memory of where True North is. Number 3. /draw and /sheathe. I love the /draw and /sheathe emotes, and I'm so happy that they got introduced in Endwalker and eventually became emotes that we could use freely, because I just feel like it's a bit more dramatic and can add up to roleplay scenarios. But even as I have the macros for using the emotes, I still have the default button for the quick draw and sheathe, which I mostly use if I want to eat some raid food without long animation. Also, if you want to have an emote as a macro and want it to never have the emote text that can appear if you have emote lock on, you can always add motion of the emote in your macro. That way it'll never show your emote in the chat, even if you have the emote lock on. I hope this video was to help, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because it will really help me out. And make sure to check out my other videos, and if you like what you see after subscribing, make sure to hit the notification bell button so you will get notified when I upload a new video. It's been Greenwrath, and I'm out.